Support is pouring in for the students who are fighting in Karnataka for their right to wear the hijab in their educational institutes. Islamic organization Tawheed Jamaat staged a protest on the streets of Chennai against the hijab restrictions in the city. In Maharashtra's Bhiwandi, the Samajwadi Party organized a signature campaign to support female students who are protesting in Karnataka. Over 4,400 women have signed this petition, as claimed by the SP. A protest was also carried out by women in hijab. Meanwhile, in Puducherry, a row has erupted after a Muslim student was allegedly asked to remove her headscarf. Several activists gathered outside the government school to stage a protest. This protest has also reached the national capital, where students from the Muslim Students Federation held a protest in DU's North Campus. And here are all the political reactions coming in on the story.
Each and every religion has the liberty to continue their culture, their practices without being prohibited. But now in the country, some sorts of moral policing have been conducted on the sisters of our Muslim population, which certainly create a great fissure in our society. That is why we lodge the protest that government should come out and give a statement of what is their opinion on the atrocities being committed upon the Muslim girls in Karnataka and other places in the name of hijab.
जब भी हम कॉलेज में आएंगे, स्कूल में आएंगे, हम ये ड्रेस कोड पालन करेंगे. अभी तो ड्रेस कोड पालन करना है. हम जो कानून है, लॉ ऑफ द लैंड जो है, उसको मैं पालन नहीं करूंगा, ये बोलना ठीक नहीं है. इसके अलावा मैं इतना ये भी कहना चाहता हूं कि अभी विषय जो है कर्नाटक हाईकोर्ट पहुंच गया है, उसका भी हम इंतजार कर सकते हैं हम सब लोग.
ये वही नफरत का प्रतीक है जो इस केंद्र सरकार ने बाकायदा 2014 से फैलाया है. ऐसे लोगों पे एक्शन ना लेकर, राजनीति हर धर्म की बातों में घुसाकर, हर इंस्टीट्यूशंस में घुसाकर, आप लोगों ने आज बच्चों तक का इस्तेमाल कर ये ध्रुवीकरण किया है. कहीं ना कहीं मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ ऐसा वीडियो देखने के बाद किसी तरीके की ग्लानि महसूस होगा ऐसी सरकार को, जिन्होंने सिर्फ धर्म पे अपनी राजनीति की है और वोट बटोरा है, लोगों का बंटवारा करके वोट बटोरा है. और दुर्भाग्य की बात एक और है कि एक पुरुष सैफरन शॉल पहनकर, एक महिला, जो हमारा हिंदू धर्म हमें कहता है कि महिला का सम्मान होना चाहिए, आप उनकी बेइज्जती कर रहे हैं. तो आप ना हिंदुत्व के प्रतीक है, ना हिंदुइज्म के प्रतीक है.
Pelting, lathi charge, heckling. The saffron shawls versus hijab showdown in Karnataka has peaked. Things have taken an ugly and polarized turn in Karnataka's college campuses. In Udupi, hundreds of students stood at the gates of the MGM college, some in hijabs, some in saffron.
These boys have also started wearing the shawl, and they say that if this not prevented, if the hijab was not removed, we will continue wearing the shawl from tomorrow, and this will be our uniform further.
Hijab, this is not a piece of cloth. For them it is like a piece of, but this is something else. We cannot just give up.
Because of these students, what they are creating a nuisance over here, we are not able to attend our regular classes. Because of them, we are having the leave now.
The college administration had no option but to close down the school till further notice.
Management decision ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಸಾಕು, ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು.
The communal fire has now spread across Karnataka, with protests and counter-protests disrupting classes in the state. In one such video, watch how a girl was heckled by boys wearing saffron as she made her way into her college. They scream Jai Shri Ram. She gives it back, screaming Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
They started giving slogans like Jai Shri Ram, and they were telling me to remove burqa, then you are allowed to go for college and all. So even I started screaming Allahu Akbar. So I was a little bit scared there. And then when I saw the principals, everyone was just back of me, then I was okay. We must allowed to wear this. Everyone know from long years we are carrying this. None of us the right to say us to remove this, to not to take any action. Just to tell them to not to repeat this again.
With tension peaking, opposition leaders are now demanding that colleges be shut down till this controversy dies down.
ಕಾನೂನು ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡಲೇ PUC ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಪದವಿ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
The coastal district of Karnataka has seen unprecedented shutdown over the hijab controversy, and the college campuses have become completely polarized with the students now taking side. Even the administration has made it very clear that they will not budge under the uniform code. Shija, India Today, Udupi.
The Karnataka High Court will resume its hearing of the plea against the hijab ban, and that will be starting off at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. Earlier, you had senior advocate Devdutt Kamath appearing for the petitioner, saying wearing hijab is a belief of the community, and as long as the belief is there, we cannot sit over judgment. The petitioner also claimed that the college is indulging in religious apartheid. He further added that we as a nation follow positive secularism. The Advocate General, appearing on behalf of the government, of course, stated that colleges have autonomy on uniforms, and if girls want to wear hijabs, then they have to seek the college's nod first. While adjourning the hearing for the day, the court appealed to people to maintain peace and tranquility in the state. The court also said that it has faith in the wisdom and virtue of the public, and that it hopes that the row doesn't turn into a full-blown agitation.
Who will control this rapidly worsening situation? The heat over hijabs and the scrap over saffron shawls has made the spaces between campuses a veritable war zone. With students on the front line of a face-off drenched in communally charged imagery and words, the politics over the tension has expectedly exploded. Epicenter number 1 is Karnataka itself.
ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡಲೇ PUC ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಪದವಿ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
As far as legality of the whole thing is concerned, we have put our case very clearly. Constitutional and legal Karnataka Education Act provisions we have been put. But however, we are waiting for the directions of the High Court. Therefore, I am appealing to these students that they have to maintain peace and harmony, because ultimately tomorrow they have to sit together and do all the educational activities.
The High Court heard the case on Tuesday, saying it would rule based on facts, not assumptions. Asking for a copy of the Quran, tensions on the ground depend on the court's verdict. And after the hijab heat reverberated in Parliament yesterday, national leaders jumped in to stir things up even more.
ये भारत है, सर्वधर्म समभाव के आधार पर चलेगा, न कि इस्लामिक स्टेट भारत को बनाने की कोशिश करने वालों की मानसिकता हम पूरा नहीं होने देंगे.
Their annual exams are in 2 weeks. But trapped now between the religious identity, campus rules, the government and the High Court, the question is, how and when will this face-off finish? Lives of students and communal harmony among the next generation is at stake. With Shija and Shivamurthy in Udupi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Amid a raging controversy over the Karnataka hijab controversy, a video has surfaced showing a boy at a college, this is in Shivamogga district, climbing up a pole and then hoisting a saffron flag. There is a row that's erupted over this after Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar reacted. The BJP has demanded proof because D.K. Shivkumar said the national flag was removed and the saffron flag was put in place. BJP and Congress have hence locked horns over this incident.
A telling image of Karnataka. Hundreds of students opposed to Muslim girls' demand for permission to wear hijab go berserk. They hoist saffron flag on a pole meant for the tricolour at a government first grade college in Shivamogga. Amidst the hijab versus saffron scarf showdown in the state, these images have sparked another political war. Karnataka Congress President D.K. Shivkumar has alleged that the saffron-clad protesters brought down the national flag and replaced it with a saffron flag. India Today confronted Shivkumar on his grave accusations.
I am just saying that if there is evidence of the Tiranga being brought down as your charge,
it is a national flag, my friend. I am telling you, it is a national flag.
Sir, we'll put that aside for a moment. We'll wait to see if there is evidence of the Tiranga being brought down.
Yes.
My question to you now is...
If you have not got the visuals, I will post you that visuals.
The BJP hit back. Party MLA C.T. Ravi called Shivakumar a liar and challenged the state Congress chief to either provide evidence or face legal action. India Today tried to get the facts straight in the entire controversy. Local authorities told our reporter that the national flag is hoisted only on the Republic Day and Independence Day. They claimed there was no tricolour on the pole when the saffron flag was hoisted. Shivakumar, who made the allegation, hasn't responded to the BJP's dare. The Congress leader has not provided any proof to back his claim so far. Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, women's rights activist and Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai has jumped in unsurprisingly into the Karnataka hijab controversy. Malala has taken to Twitter and called the move of not allowing hijab-wearing students in the school as horrifying. She wrote that the college is forcing girls to choose between studies and the hijab. Malala added that objectification of women persists for wearing less or more. This Nobel laureate urged Indian leaders to stop the marginalization of Muslim women. Remember that Malala was shot in the head by the Taliban in Pakistan in 2012 for speaking up about girls' rights and their education. Malala survived the attack and moved to Birmingham in England. She won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. Let's move on to news from Tamilnadu, where a political war has erupted again over NEET. The anti-NEET bill was passed unanimously by the Assembly after it was sent back by the governor. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has said that the bill is an effort to safeguard social justice and protect the federal structure of India.
The NEET showdown in Tamil Nadu escalates. The State Assembly has readopted the bill against nationwide common entrance tests unanimously. The bill was passed again in a special assembly session held on Tuesday. This after Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi had sent back the bill, calling it against the interest of students. While tabling the bill, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said protest against NEET has become an agitation to protect the federal system. The bill got 230 out of the 234 votes in support. The sole BJP MLA walked out. The state has been witnessing protests against NEET ever since the common entrance was introduced. On Tuesday too, there were protests outside Raj Bhavan.
He doesn't respect the popular will of the Tamil people. When the Tamilnadu legislature says something, give us exemption from NEET, this governor has got no business to send it back, either constitutionally or democratically. This governor is anti-democratic. This union government is anti-democratic.
With the assembly once again passing the same bill, the governor has to give the assent to the proposed law. The president will have the final say on the law to ban NEET in Tamil Nadu. Bureau Report, India Today.
The war of Sardars in pot-boiler Punjab is far from over. Days after Congress picked Channi over Navjot Singh Sidhu as the party's CM face, the face-off between these two leaders has been reignited. This time training guns at the Chief Minister, you had Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu's wife, Navjot Kaur, questioning Channi's humble background, saying that he is much richer than we are and that he's misled Rahul Gandhi to consider him as the party's CM face. Openly endorsing her husband for the post, Navjot Kaur added that education should be the top criteria for such a high position, raising questions thereby at Channi's credentials. AAP and Akalis have also jumped into the fray. AAP CM face Bhagwat Mann questioned Congress over Channi's Garib Ghar claim as his skin faces ED heat, while Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal stated that Channi is not a Dalit but a sand mining mafia.
को गल उठदी है कि मेरिट जिहड़ी है ना वो मेरिट दे विच जिथे जिवें आपां डॉक्टर्स इंजीनियर्स बाकी लोकां दा देखदे हां उवें सारे गल करदे हैं गगन की करदा है थल्ले करो गगन माइक थोड़ी एजुकेशन भाई बड़ा है ना थोड़ी जी 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 थोड़ी एजुकेशन थोड़ी इंटेलिजेंस थोड़ी काम करन दी कैपेसिटी थोड़ी विजन फॉर पंजाब आई थिंक वो एक वड्डा ज़्यादा वड्डा क्राइटेरिया है rather than कि you are poor, you are है ना you are rich, you are poor. उधर नालों it matters much more that how more can you work.
Okay. अरे बदलाव तो अब बहुत बड़ा आ गया है. रजवाड़ा शाही के घर से ये सीएमशिप की कुर्सी निकलकर आम लोगों के पास जा रही है. एक गरीब घर में पैदा हुआ मुख्यमंत्री बन गया. इससे बड़ा बदलाव और उनको क्या चाहिए?
And that's all we have time for in this edition of Fest Up. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead. In a few moments from now, I'll be joining you with all the top stories.